showing you guys the top 10 strongest builds in Blox Fruits. I made this video a few months ago and everyone has been asking for a new one. So here we are. And a little disclaimer, all builds in this video are not in order, which means number 2 build would be as strong as number 8 build or something like that, because I'm bad at explaining. But before we start, make sure to subscribe because we are so close to 200,000 subscribers. Anyways, let's get right into the video. Number 10, Ice, Cursed Dual Katana, God Human, and Skull Guitar. This build right over here. And just to make it very simple, this is probably the best build for beginners as well as mobile players. With this build, all you have to do is just stun your opponents. Look at this. You just stun them, then just spam all of your moves just like this. And yeah, that's just it. And if you have good aim, like just look at this. It is super duper easy to do tons and tons of damage. And on top of that, you can use your Cursed Dual Katana to even stun them harder. Like, look at this, bro. This is a piece of cake, dude. Literally a piece of cake. And even after all of these stun-based moves, if you are still struggling, I have a little solution for you. Just simply open up YouTube and search Ice Fruit combos in Blox Fruits. There we go. And as you can already see, there are just so many videos about combos, about techniques, and everything you need to know. Oh, and one more thing. This is not as easy as it looks. If your opponent stays in the air, you can't really use the Ice Fruit to its full potential. Look at this. I can't even use my stunning moves. I can only use them on the ground, which basically makes my fruit literally useless. So if your opponent knows how to counter the Ice Fruit, you are probably cooked. Number 9, Yeti, God Human, Skull Guitar, and you can use any sword you want. Basically with the Yeti fruits, you have to be transformed. And while you're transformed, you can't really use your fighting style, your sword, or your gun. So all you have to do is just spam. And I'm not kidding, this absolutely destroys people. First of all, Yeti's first move has a lot of range and also does a ton of damage. With the second move, you can literally snipe anyone. Look at that, bro. And now my favorite move. All you have to do is just precisely aim on your enemy and look at this. You teleport behind them and do a lot of damage. And you might be wondering, I'm just only using up fruits and people are going to be using their fighting styles, swords, and blah blah blah. Dude, when you have these types of moves, like, why do you even worry? Like, look at this. Like, this is probably one of the most annoying fruits in the game. Oh, and one more thing. Make sure to be using the normal Yeti rather than the Fiend Yeti. Because even though the Fiend Yeti looks so sick, in my opinion, the moves just take too long to actually start up. Like, look at this. It just takes too long, even though the damage is pretty good. Then here we have the second move. The second move also takes very long to charge up if you actually want to use the strongest version. So yeah, the Fiend Yeti definitely deserves a buff, man. It's not that good. Number 8, Portal, Gravity Blade, God Human, and Skull Guitar. This build right here. For this build, you will need to be a sword main. You have to put your stat points into melee, defense, and sword. And let me just show you what this does. This is the first move of the Gravity Blade. It basically pulls in your enemy and you don't even have to aim it very precisely. Like, look at this, 4,000 damage. The second move basically brings them up and then throws them down, dealing 5,000 damage. And the best part is you can use both of them together and easy combo. And I'm not gonna lie, this is so easy to use. And let me just show you guys what's the technique. All you have to do is just try to confuse your opponent by just doing random portal moves and then stun them, pull them in, and yeah, just look at this. Easy one-shot combo. And the best part is this build is very strong in the air as well, because all of your moves work perfectly fine in the air. So it is just a super broken build. And also, boys, try to include your Skull Guitar into these combos because it's absolutely broken. Look at this. There have been many cases where Skull Guitar has literally won me multiple fights. So yes, try to include the Skull Guitar into your combos and your PvP. Number 7, Control, Spiky Trident, God Human, and Skull Guitar. After the rework, Control is just crazy, dude. First of all, you will have this amazing teleport which you can use to confuse your enemies. Look at that. This teleport this amazing teleport which you can use. You will have this amazing teleport which you can use to confuse your enemies. Look at that. This teleport is so clutch in confusing your enemies. Then here we have the moves. The first move is this. You do a simple dash, dealing almost 7,000 damage. Here we have the second move. Look at that. Another projectile dealing 6,000 damage. And just look at the last move. Like, yeah. The control fruit is literally so unpredictable. Your enemy will never ever expect such a good combo from you. And then to top it all off, this build is just crazy. You're going to be using your spiky trident to pull your enemies in, and you can do the combos once again. Like, bro, at this point it's literally bullying, dude. But one thing I definitely have to tell you guys, that you guys will definitely have to practice, because spiky trident is very hard to use, and especially your whole combo based on it. Yeah, you definitely need to lock in with your aim, dude. But yes, if you haven't already, make sure to give control a try, because I don't really see that many control users, but this fruit is just insane, dude. Number 6, Light, Cursed Dual Katana, God Human, and Skull Guitar. Right, this is a very simple build, but it is extremely underrated. This build is all about range. Look at this. You can use all of your moves from very far away and doing some stupid little combos. And the main reason I'm using Cursed Dual Katana is so you can stun your opponents just like this, do this little combo, bang, and look at the damage. I'm not gonna lie, this build is not made for combos. Like, you're not gonna be going ahead and doing like a certain special combo or something. It's just about you spamming your moves and trolling the heck out of your enemies. Like, yeah, but don't get this confused, because spamming with light actually requires skill. Because of course you need to predict your enemies, you need to have some pretty good aim if you want to do good with this fruit. Because all of the moves require some pretty precise aim, and if you don't have that, then this build is not for you. But yes, if you haven't already, make sure to give this build a chance, because trust me guys, it's broken. Number 5, Tiger, Sanguine Art, Skull Guitar, and you can use any sword you want. Just like the Yeti fruit, after you transform, you can't use your sword, you can't use your gun, like that does not really matter. But if I'm being honest, you don't even need that. This is the first move right here, and just simply look at the damage. 7.5 thousand. This is the second move, it's a projectile, almost 5,000 damage. And then the third move is pretty similar as well. With all the moves combined, you can literally spam this infinitely, bro. Like, your opponent would be crying. And you don't even have to worry about your defense, because look at your speed. Look at this. You are literally freaking Flash, bro. The speed is absolutely crazy. And somehow, if you manage to get low, you can literally just jump. Look at this, bro. You can just jump and escape any combo or any person. Look at this. And it doesn't even stop there. You can do another transformation after your fire meter is 100% full, and you will be even faster. You will jump even higher, and also your moves will be even more stronger. Like, dude, what is this? Like, this fruit is absolutely crazy, dude. But for me personally, I really like to use my fighting styles and my swords and guns, and that's why I don't really use the transformation. What I've noticed is Sanguine Art goes very good with this fruit. Like, you can do some insane spammy combos that nobody would expect. And if you want to take this further, just use Cursed Dual Katana, use Sanguine, and just spam the heck out of the tiger fruit. Nah, bro, this is a joke at this point. I'm not even kidding. If you want to get free bounty, make sure to give this build a try. Number 4, Dough, Cursed Dual Katana, God Human, and Skull Guitar. Okay, we're back to one of the OG fruits. I'm talking about the Dough fruit. This fruit is also known as the king of combos, because with almost every single move, you can do a very strong combo. And personally, to this day, I still think Dough is just insanely good for PvP. But nowadays, with the addition of the new fruits and everything, it's a lot harder to use the Dough fruit. So that is why I'm using the Cursed Dual Katana to help me do some pretty good combos, as well as using the Skull Guitar to help me do even more combos, so my enemies would even hate me more. Yeah, that's not nice. And if you are struggling using this fruit and and learning how to PvP properly, once again just simply search up dough fruit combos in Blox Fruits and there will be a million different videos about this topic, so you can easily learn how to use the dough fruit. And trust me, once you actually learn how to use the dough fruit properly, I would say it's probably one of the best fruits to use in the game and one of the most fun fruits to use in the game because it's just a super satisfying fruit. So yeah, make sure to give this build a try and let me know in the comments below if you actually like it. Number 3, Portal, True Triple Katana, God Human and Skull Guitar. This build right here. This is a pretty similar build I showed you guys earlier with the Gravity Blade, but this one has insane damage. The first move of the True Triple Katana is a simple dash, dealing almost 6,000 damage. Then we have the second move. It's basically a projectile which throws your enemy up, dealing another 6,000 damage. Which means even if you do a slight combo, you could literally do a one-shot combo. No questions asked. Since the damage is so high, you don't even need to do like fancy combos or some stupid tricks to win fights. It's simply just 2 moves right here and then use your superhuman. Wait, what? Superhuman? I meant God Human. And just like all the Portal builds, Portal is extremely good in the air, and same goes for the True Triple Katana. So you can just infinitely fly in the air, confuse your opponent, and win fights. Yeah, this is just broken. Number 2, Dragon, Spiky Trident, Sanguine Art, and Skull Guitar. Okay, this is just a broken build. As you guys know, Dragon is incredibly hard to get. And even if you get your hands on the physical dragon fruit, you should never eat it. You should probably trade it for some valuable fruits or might even some permanent fruits. Anyways, no matter how you got your hands on the dragon fruit, let me just show you what this build is. First of all, as you guys know, Dragon is incredibly strong, and especially with Sanguine Art, it's even more stronger. So how do we make a build which would absolutely destroy others? Well, for that you would need the Spiky Trident and of course the trustworthy Skull Guitar. And this is really the combo I use. So I use the C move, then I pull them in, bang, then bang, and oh, he's already dead. I didn't even perform my full combo and he already died. And low-key, that's not even all. Like, you can use your Spiky Trident with like many other things like this, bang. I'm not gonna lie, there are just countless combos with this build. Oh, and one more thing I always say in my videos, using the Spiky Trident is not easy. And let me just show you how. So basically, for example, I'm stunning my opponent, and even if I miss by a little bit, look, my combo is completely ruined. And if this happens in your PvP fights and the other person pulls out a combo, yeah, you're absolutely cooked. So make sure to practice with your Spiky Trident, try to get your aim very good, and then you can just kill people so easily with this combo. Anyways, enough of the yap, let's move on into the next one. Number 1, Kitsune, Cursed Dual Katana, God Human, and Skull Guitar. This is my favorite build in Blox Fruits, and I've said this in multiple videos already that this is my strongest build. Well, with the Kitsune fruits, you have very good range, right? And with the God Human, you can just simply spam your moves. And if you pair this up with the Cursed Dual Katana, it becomes absolutely busted. Look at that. And to help you do even more combos, you can use the Skull Guitar, literally just spam all of your moves and your enemy is simply dead. And plus, using the Kitsune fruits, you will be super duper fast, so it's very hard for your enemy to hit you. And since you have so many opportunities to do these stupid little combos, like, nobody will be able to counter you. And you might be wondering, there must be a counter to this build. Well, every single build has a counter in Blox Fruits, and this build usually survives all the counters. Like, you can PvP in the air, you can PvP on the ground, you can do combos, you can do high damage, everything, right? But there's just one thing which this build cannot do. Absolutely nothing this build can do, bro. What do you mean I'm gonna talk bad about my favorite build? Like, this build is insane, dude. Jokes aside, this build is actually busted. If you haven't tried it already, make sure to give it a try and you will definitely tell me later. Or I mean, like, you will definitely comment that it's a good build. Anyways, that basically wraps up the video. Thank you so much for watching, and if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And while